end the stream and then do a new stream. How long have I been going for? About 109 minutes. That's like 60. So maybe when I hit 120, when I hit 2 hours, the 2 hour mark, I'll start playing a different game. I split it up in the 15-minute increments like I usually do, because I don't feel like editing. Yeah, I would have a little bit of content for Battlefront. Yeah, I don't ever really feel like editing, so I use the automatic Twitch strategy, which is I play as Chewie. The strategy is that you can separate them in the 15-minute increments from Twitch itself. Now, there's a little bit different of a team than we had previously, so we might not be as good. And the guy immediately left. Why? You just joined, and you immediately leave. This guy joined and was like, no, I do not like what's going on here. I'm gonna leave immediately. It's the same people with, like, Among Us. And I don't mean the people that join and then leave right when the lobby starts. Because I know why people do that. People do that because they don't get imposter. They find out that they're not the imposter and they're like, boom, I'm out of here. But I mean people who literally say start, and then right before, like, literally, people say start, and then like, while the lobby is actively starting, when the countdown goes, while you're starting the lobby, they leave right before then. It's like, what? Can you seriously be that impatient? That the round is actively starting, and you're like, I'm out of here, it's taking too long. I don't get it. Like, I understand what people do to everyone, because I mean, I don't understand. I think it sucks. Like, seriously, you can't stand not being an imposter that much. I will play Among Us at some point, maybe this week. I hope most of the botting, because Among Us has announced that they are adding moderation. I hope that the bots have stopped, but I know they're not, because the TNC guy, who's an asshole, he's just an asshole, but you don't know, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but there's a whole issue going on with Among Us right now, where a lot of bad actors are just hacking the game, and are botting the game. They're putting a bot in the game, and then they enter your game, and they just crash it.
Heroes and villains bounce off the temple walls.
Yeah, it's a shitty
organic bodies.
So I wasn't able to play Among Us for the longest time because that was happening. Every lobby I would host, these bots would join and they would crash the game. And I actually tried streaming it before, it just didn't work out. I tried recording a video on YouTube. Okay, his gun shoots a lot less fast, so I'm having a hard time adjusting. But yeah. Anyway, the whole situation, the guy who started it, he sort of had good purposes in mind. He was trying to, like, bring attention to, like, some of the weirdos and sometimes people in this game would, like, make 4-person lobbies just to, like, be weird and have those, like, RP sessions or whatever. But it wasn't really that prevalent. And, like, it was just kind of an unwritten rule in Among Us to not join first-person lobbies, and most people understood that. He made it out to be this big issue with like a Roblox like schlep issue, where he was trying to like find predators, but that's not what was happening at all. He was not doing that. He even admitted himself that he was also a child. So and then he made a website which was literally malicious. Like you could go on there using a website, and you can find out that the website is also malicious. Which honestly, I honestly don't believe that he's a child. How is this? If he is a minor himself, how is he made a website? He constructed an entire website, which isn't like a hard thing to do, but maybe for like someone who's not, for someone who's like 14, that's not really. If the site, that doesn't necessarily mean the website's like a scam or whatever. It doesn't necessarily mean. It just means it does take your data. Like it does take your data. So he either is really incompetent and just doesn't know how to make a website properly, or he's actually taking your data. I think it's the first one. that's the second one. Still, the guy is actively.
The heroes can't stop the mole streak.
And the part that I don't like the most is that, sure, like, I can read the message. Those people who are in the 4-person lobbies are weird. And to be honest, I think Among Us was banning them. I think they were doing. I haven't seen them in quite a while. I saw them prevalently when I played the game back in 2021. But I don't know why. I joined those lobbies myself and I saw it happen first person just because I was curious. And this guy's not even fighting back. But I haven't seen them at all in the last couple of years. He made a website. I never actually explained what the website was. The website was his so-called proof that he uploaded, and a lot of the proof was just names. Like, just names of players with weird names. But I'm gonna be honest, right? That's not really proof of anything. But this is a game where, back in the day, you could name yourself anything. Now there's restrictions for naming yourself, which is a good thing. I get that nowadays people don't like video game companies or whatnot, like EA or Ubisoft, but Innersloth has been very, very, like, nice. Innersloth is an indie game, an indie developer. Innersloth has been one of the better game creators, people that have been the most interactive with their community and whatnot. If he really wanted to solve this problem, they would absolutely listen to him if they did something. But they didn't. He didn't. I don't think he even took the correct measures to try to report anything. And what I was trying to say before, but I got caught up in the moment. The thing that got me the most is that he did his own photo on Reddit, right? I don't really do much Reddit. I do a little bit more than I used to. Mostly, but on the Among Us page, on the Among Us subreddit or whatever, he has, like, an actual account on there, right? And, every time someone would, like, criticize him and say, man, this may not be the best method to do it, he would get really defensive and start, like, insulting people. And that's where, like, it gets, like, no. Like, I get your message, but if you're gonna insult people because they just, like, it's not like these people are insulting you. They're just criticizing, maybe. It's a little bit of criticism. Even a little bit of criticism, this guy can't take. This guy can't take any criticism and starts insulting and accusing. And anyone that doesn't agree with his message is immediately a pedophile. Which is just a stupid statement. How dare you not like me crashing the game for other people? You're a pedophile. Like, alright. He has this idea in his head that he's like Schlepp, you know. If you don't know who Schlepp is, he was a content creator that went through Roblox and found, like, predators and whatever. And it actually caused, like, an investigation, right? And it actually caused big problems for Roblox. So, I'm sucking ass while I'm talking. I'm not good at talking and playing at the same time, which is probably a good reason not to be a streamer, but whatever. But basically, the difference between this guy and TNT, right? His name is TNT, by the way, if you didn't know who I was talking about. TNT, right, has never fucking contacted authorities. He's never involved in them. He's claimed he's a minor himself, which I don't fully believe, but he's never been involved with them, and he thinks that he's comparable to this guy, and he's not. And the difference between the Roblox situation and this Among Us situation is that Among Us is a fully anonymous game. It's kind of like, you can compare it to, like, Xbox chat, right? These people cannot find your information is not linked to your account, your credit card, your location, your whatever. Roblox is. Roblox, there's actually, like, information. I guess the credit card information is involved, I guess, because if you get the microtransactions, but it's not required. You don't have to put it in. Or just, I think the microtransactions is through Xbox, not through, Among Us itself. Point is, the chatting in the game is completely anonymous, which you have to understand, right? That in a game or a site that is fully anonymous, you type as someone of a fake name and a freaking jelly bean, right? You're talking through a jelly bean. There's gonna be bad actors. There's gonna be people that say stuff. you have to just understand that that's what you sign up for when you sign the terms and conditions. It's the same thing if they make you sign, they make you read, I know no one reads the terms and conditions, because no one fucking likes to read anymore. I mean, I don't read them either, to be honest, but I just kind of know that that's the territory that's being. It's the same thing with Xbox, like Gamer Chat. When you text someone on Gamer Chat, you can pretty much text anything you want. You can read anything you want. You can get banned, which I believe Among Us was banning people. I mean, I've been temporary banned in the game for just saying stuff to you. So I imagine, and what I said was incredibly tame.
Moving fast.
Not just some
Is that a lightsaber?
calling them a dummy, you're dumbass, you're an asshole, it's basic stuff like that, right? I got banned from doing that. So I imagine these predators, they have to have been banned. And I trust Innersloth enough to have to take action from that. He claimed they never took action. He claimed they never were banned, which I don't really fully believe this guy's claims. I really would hope that someone else does an investigation on this.
Anger and hate seize the day as
Because I'm not gonna
Kylo
trust
Ren
just
brings the
one
match.
guy that just done this. Because he didn't even do a full investigation. He just screenshots of various names in a couple chats, which they chats on them. Again, bad chats. I'm not defending them. A lot of the chats on there were like asking people their age, do it really oddly sexual stuff. I'm not defending that in any way, but it's an anonymous game. People are gonna tape that. It doesn't show any proof that they were not banned. They've never said that their account. Also, some of these screenshots are before they made an account system. Here, take you back in the Wayback Machine right here real quick. Back in 2019 to 2020, there was no account system on Among Us. Meaning, all you had to do, you run a name, and that's it. And when they made accounts, they made it so that your account can be banned, and your account can be tracked. I discovered that firsthand when I taped something real mean to someone and got banned. Temporary ban. I got banned for about 2 weeks. So nowadays, whenever someone's dumb, I just kick them instead of talking to them. Whenever someone does something stupid that I don't like, I just ban them. Or if they're being toxic, instead of trying to be toxic back, I just kick them from the lobby. I still call him a goober from time to time, but... So I know firsthand that Among Us do take action toward bad actors. Like, if this guy had proof that they were not banned, I would understand. And it doesn't justify his behavior, though. On, like, these various... Like, I can show you screenshots of the guy's messages. The guy just is... He brings off various vibes that he's just... insufferable. Like, completely insufferable. And unfortunately, it's going to cause Among Us to make some
They
massive
don't
moderation
call it
changes.
Starkiller Base for nothing. They
And
call
like,
it
I'm
that
not.
because
It's going to be
of the killing.
overly moderated. One of the best things about Among Us is that there was no restrictions to really.
Just don't act like beasts
really
or
what you can do.
unprepared villains.
And overall, one of the things is like, if you don't want your kids playing a game, you don't let them play it. I mean, if you don't want your to see some of the messages on this, because some of the messages, yeah, people could be mean. Censored chat is mostly turned on, so by default. So, I mean, you could turn that on permanently and make it so that you can't. Actually, they did do that. Certain words, like major, big, bad slurs or whatever, you can't type. It's automatically censored. Even when censored chat is off. So, try to claim that Innersloth is not done enough. A false statement. Now that it's going to be heavily moderated, you just lose the ability of free speech. I mean, if you walk back to the days of like Modern Warfare, right? You would go into that, and you would hear tons of stuff, right? You would hear tons of bad stuff. But it was just understood that they're just words, that they're not anything to be... There's not... You understood to not give your information out, to not give your phone number, address out. It was just an understood thing. But I don't think anyone's being taught that. They're just handing out their Snapchat to everyone. They're handing out their Instagram to everyone. And it's like, I'm sorry to break it to you, but if something happens and you give the Instagram to someone, that's kind of on you, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you don't have to give these people that are asking your information in these, like, 4-person lobbies, weird lobbies. You don't have to give these weird people your stuff. You can just not join or leave the lobby. Genius, if you don't like what someone's saying to you in a lobby, just leave. I ban everyone that's really toxic in the lobbies. I know not everyone does that. Some lobbies, some hosts are toxic or whatever. And just say whatever they fucking want.
Whatever I have to do.
But you know what happens when that happens? When I used to join lobbies instead of hosting them? I just leave. I do this smart. You are not forced to stay in a certain lobby. And then his message, he would just go in the lobbies and crash people's games. We're gonna crash the game until Among Us does something. Like, that's just, I mean, it worked. You know, I gotta give them credit, it worked to their thing. It's just, I think the game's gonna suck now. I honestly think the game's gonna be, if they add, like, a moderator to each fucking, honestly, I hope they do, like, the smart thing, instead of adding a whole moderation system, and they just ban more people for doing stuff, for saying toxic stuff. I can get behind that. I can get behind having more of a, like, banning more people for saying stuff. Because I can control Nat saying stuff for a while. This guy's good. This guy's good. Get him, Grievous.
That Jedi is skywalking over the competition.
And to be honest, I believe that we were doing diligence, because I've experienced it firsthand. I've been banned from 2 or 3 accounts. Not like banned. I mean, well, not different accounts, the same account. But I've banned a couple times for saying some naughty stuff. Like, it was never too bad. I'm not one of them. I say stuff like, you're dumbass or whatever. Back in the day in 2019 and 2022, I was pretty toxic, I'm not gonna lie, when I started playing Among Us. And this is gonna look really confusing when I actually put it in a video, because half the portion I'm playing the game and taking it seriously, and half of the other portion I'm just talking about Among Us. But no, that's the situation. Maybe I'll have to edit this video and I'll separate the portion where I talk about Among Us and have that own separate video while I play after the game, because I can't play and talk at the same time. Man, I got cooked. I got absolutely bent over there. Like that. Literally, you force pushed me and killed me in like one shot. But anyway, that's pretty much the whole Among Us situation. I probably missed a couple details. And to be honest, I would probably like this TNT guy and more if he wasn't so toxic about the whole thing. If he wasn't so, like, insulting. Like, he insults people for just not agreeing with him. And honestly, that's a mindset that a lot of people on the internet have. Where you don't agree with what something I do, so you're an idiot. You believe that everything you do is objectively right and there's no convincing them. And everyone that was like, you know, trying to convince them that, hey, maybe this wasn't the best strategy to try to, you know, maybe this wasn't the best strategy to try to get the devs to care. Maybe you could have went to the devs directly and told them about it. He's like, nope, you're a pedophile. You're part of the problem. You suck, my opponent's gay. He really is, like, jumping into the situation here. But, yeah, instead of doing that, no, everyone that's against him is just part of the opposition. It's like, no, we agree with you that that e-daters and pedophiles in the children's game is bad, but we're just like not agreeing with the methods you took to try to do something about it.
My use of the force is
But people can agree with your message, but not agree with your message. I was close.
A definitive
Oh,
closing
Chewbacca.
statement from the ever-eloquent Chewbacca.
Elegant, huh? There's nothing elegant about that damn Wookiee. Is that racist? I'm pretty sure that's racist. Well, I'm gonna quit playing this and probably play a different game now. When I separate this, I'm probably gonna have to edit it. If not, there's gonna be like 2 15-minute videos of me just ranting about Among Us. And it's gonna start in the middle of the rant so no one knows what the fuck I'm talking about. So, that's great. That's wonderful. Well, that's about it. See ya.